Former WWE United States Champion NIRO, aka Rusev, has broken his silence after his release from AEW. He has appeared to tease what's next. Rusev was one of 3 stars recently released from their contracts in AEW. Ricky Starks was also let go and has already signed with WWE, appearing on this week's episode of NXT. Meanwhile, Aleister Black, aka Malachi Black, has also been released, and it's expected that he will sign with the company as well. However, NIRO has gone one step further and commented after Sheamus posted a picture of the two of them together. He teased reuniting the Irishman as 2 members of the former League of Nations. Soon after the news broke that the star was gone from AEW, Sheamus posted a picture with him where the two were drinking. Now Rusev has reposted the story and shared that he is back at it again. The star appears to hint at a reunion with his old tag team partner in WWE. Should it end up happening, this will be the first reunion of the League of Nations at some point. After years away from the company, it will also see the star re-signed to WWE. WWE saw the foundation of the League of Nations in 2015 when Sheamus from Ireland, Wade Barrett from England, Alberto Del Rio from Mexico, and NIRO from Bulgaria joined forces. The stars were anti-American and were established by the Authority to destroy Roman Reigns. While Rusev is currently out of work after being released from AEW, Sheamus is a top name in WWE. His main motivation is to seemingly pursue the Intercontinental title. Meanwhile, Wade Barrett has become a full-time commentator and is on the SmackDown desk. On the other hand, Alberto Del Rio has left WWE, and there is no chance of him re-signing with the company now. However, with Sheamus and the Bulgarian star, a League of Nations reunion is far from out of the question. It remains to be seen if Triple H re-signs the star to WWE. The wrestling world was left in shock when news broke of NIRO's release from All Elite Wrestling, AEW. The former TNT champion, known to WWE fans as Rusev, had been a dominant force in AEW, delivering some of the most hard-hitting matches of his career. However, after a period of sporadic appearances and creative disagreements, the Bulgarian brute found himself at a crossroads once again. For days, NIRO had remained quiet as speculation ran wild. Would he return to WWE? Would he explore opportunities in New Japan Pro Wrestling, NJPW, or venture into the independent circuit? Fans were left with more questions than answers. That all changed when NIRO finally broke his silence in a fiery social media post that sent the wrestling community into a frenzy. I have fought giants. I have crushed legends. And now, I rise again. The Redeemer does not kneel. Stay tuned. Bigger things are coming. The cryptic message instantly fueled speculation. What did he mean by bigger things? Was this a sign of a WWE return, or was he setting the stage for something entirely new? Wrestling journalists and fans alike scoured his post for hidden clues. Shortly after his post, reports emerged that WWE had already reached out to NIRO about a potential return. But what caught everyone's attention was a teaser he dropped in a follow-up post. A simple image, an old photo from his WWE days, sparked an internet firestorm. The picture? NIRO standing alongside his former allies from the League of Nations, Sheamus and Drew McIntyre. The League of Nations had been a short-lived but memorable faction in WWE, featuring a group of international powerhouses. While the faction had dissolved years ago, its members had gone on to achieve individual success. Sheamus became a multi-time champion, McIntyre ascended to the WWE Championship, and Miro had carved out a new identity as the Redeemer in AEW. Fans immediately speculated that Miro was hinting at a possible reunion of the faction, but with a twist. Could WWE be planning a dominant new version of the stable, this time with Miro positioned as a central force? Or was this just his way of throwing fuel on the rumor mill? While many fans would love to see Miro return to WWE, there are other possibilities for his future. If WWE truly offers him a compelling deal, both financially and creatively, he could be looking at a major comeback, possibly even at WrestleMania. With the company's new regime under Triple H, there's potential for a fresh start and a stronger booking strategy that highlights his talents. On the other hand, Miro has often spoken about wanting more control over his character. Would a return to WWE give him the creative freedom he craves? Or would he find himself back in a rigid system where he has little say over his direction? These questions make the situation all the more intriguing. Another option is NJPW, where Miro's style would fit perfectly. A hard-hitting warrior with a legitimate amateur wrestling background, he could thrive in New Japan's strong style environment. Facing off against names like Kazuchika Okada, Hiroshi Tanahashi, or even Will Ospreay would be a dream scenario for wrestling purists. Then there's the independent circuit and other promotions like Impact Wrestling or even a return to AEW down the line. Wrestling is an unpredictable business, and what seems like a permanent departure today could be the beginning of a new chapter elsewhere. The reactions to Miro's release and his social media teases have been split. Some fans are eager to see him back in WWE, believing that under Triple H's creative leadership, he could be given the monster push he always deserved. Others feel that WWE misused him in the past, and that returning would be a step backward. AEW fans, on the other hand, are lamenting his departure. Many believe that Miro was underutilized despite his undeniable talent and star power. His TNT Championship run was one of the best in AEW history, and his Redeemer character had the potential to be a main event attraction. The biggest question, however, remains. Where does Miro feel he belongs? As he weighs his options, one thing is certain: the wrestling world is watching closely, and his next move could change the landscape in a big way. As days pass, Miro continues to drop hints, fueling the speculation. Will he walk back through the doors of WWE, potentially reforming a new version of the League of Nations? Or will he forge a different path, proving that the Redeemer answers only to himself? No matter where he ends up, one thing is for sure: Miro is not done yet. His silence has been broken, and now the next chapter of his career is about to unfold. Wrestling fans, buckle up. The Bulgarian Brood is back, and he's got unfinished business.